Let's see, where do we hang this thing?
You're allowed.
Where does that need to go? Up here.
Jesse, you might run it down.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Nothing here.
Is that better? Yep. All right. Okay. Need to make an introduction or do anything like that, or just tear into it?
Wing it.
Tear into it.
All right.
Or at least introduce this is what it is.
Okay. We can do that. That's just.
Yeah, I'll tell you if you want, just kind of go over here to the left of me. And there you go, right there. Just talk to her, don't pay attention
Okay.
to the camera.
All right. I guess just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Yep. What we have here, this is a complete brake system, very similar to what we'd have in our over-the-road trucks. Got all our valving, of course, brake pedal, control valves we'd have on the dash, trailer brake control valve you'd have, up there on the dash or hanging off the steering wheel.
Okay, I just wanted to check your audio level.
Oh.
Okay, go. Just like you're talking to her.
Okay. What we have here, this is a braking system very similar to what we'd have in our over-the-road trucks. All the valving, holding tanks, control valves, we've got them all set up on this board nice and easy so the students can play with it a little bit, see how it works, do some tests without having the rest of that mess on the truck to deal with. Now, of course, obviously we've got foot brake valve, it's what the driver would step on, stop the truck, control valves on the dash for trailer parking brakes, trailer service brake valve. You can see big black tanks there, holding tanks, and all these other little pieces are brake valves. Now, each and every one of those has several functions. Each one of them work a little bit different. So the guys right now during brakes class are covering all that. Okay.
Jesse, like when you were discussing, you don't need to say anything. Just kind of do some hand move gestures on like the brake pedal right there for me.
Okay.
Kind of like, hey, this is the brake pedal, and just kind of push it.
All right. So.
It's all about the sound. Okay, one more time.
All right. On the brakes.
All right, one more time.
These guys' alley though, especially that big one.
So the old ones, throw them away. Chuck 'em. Can't keep them. we're done.
It's okay. Cool.
That's what I was after.
Want to, we can pull this cherry picker back out of the way, and that back section's not on there very tight on this one because they messed up and just kind of put it up there to hold it.
Well, here's my thought. I know nobody's gonna really like it if I say this. Oh, look at everybody ditch. I'm not showing faces. I'm just letting y'all just goof around. We have no idea what this is all about.
Okay, just doing something here. There's no sound on there, is there?
Nope.
All right, good deal. Let's see. Spring goes right there.
So you can stop. Might as well keep shooting.
Might have to go up a little bit more, but you're probably good. Go up a little bit more. Go ahead and let her down.
Usually,
The only thing you wouldn't get me to say is that 47.
somebody gave me $100, I guarantee you. When I started going down to Norman and having to shoot video down there.
So what's it? Listen to that sound.
Cheeseburger, large fries. Huh? They don't screw in there.
I know.
You have to go right here.
I know, it won't go.
Why?
Because the ridge is too high. See? This side's not done. So you gotta go over the left. Hold on. Release some of that pressure. These counter shots right here. Go down a little bit. There you go. You got this tongue right?
Yeah, but this up here.
Oh, you didn't put your snapper in there?
Not only that, it's not this gear up here.
Where that snapper ring goes right there.
There ain't a snapper in there.
There is. I know there is. There's supposed to be one that goes in here, and then this gear's got to slide back.
That gear's got to be turned around. I promise.
Yeah, it does.
Turned around. Okay. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I have to take the edge shaft out. Where's that impact now?
Damn, you guys tear it down. What's up with that? You doing that for me? Here, I pull the. Acting fees.
Can we go back up to the board? It's not all the way down.
You guys get it all back together? Did you guys get another valve yet?
Huh?
Did you guys get another valve yet?
No. Let's put it together and then test it, take it back apart, and spray it in.
This valve plugs in it. I won't test it. Yes. We know what's wrong with that now. I didn't want to fix it.
gonna test it out now? Yeah. Okay, let's stop. Hold on just a second. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, so guys, what we've got here, this is a E10.
Hang on a sec. My bad. Let's go for that sound.
There we go. All right. Okay, guys, what we've got here, this is a E10 brake valve. You know, what the driver's going to be pushing his foot down on.
Oh God. Oh man.
Okay, I'm good. From the top.
All right. Ready? Okay. Guys, this is what we have here is a E10 foot brake valve. Of course, this is what the driver, when he pushes his foot down on that brake pedal, this is what he's acting against, is the top of this valve right here. Now we've got, you'll notice there's 8 service ports on this valve. 2 primary delivery valves, 2 primary inlet valves, 2 primary delivery valves, and you have the same thing for the secondary. You've also got an exhaust port down there at the end. Now the way we've got this rigged up, we've got 2 supply hoses, and we've got 2 outlet hoses, which are going to operate these gauges. Our other 2 gauges over here are going to show us what our delivery pressures are. So you guys go ahead and hook these 2 hoses, hose 1 and hose 2, up to our delivery ports, or service ports, and hose 3 and 4 to our delivery ports. Okay. All right. First thing we're going to do, let's turn on air to our service ports. So turn them valves, let's get air going through here. Do we have a leak?
Yeah. It's just
Okay. All right.
coming off the plug.
Coming off that plug that we have, okay? Next thing I want us to do, will those stay in position? Put them all, crank them all the way over and put them in position, all the way on, and they should stay with all the way on. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and rig this guy up to operate this valve. That in there. Okay. Now, when we, pulling this lever is going to be the same thing as stepping on the brake pedal. So when we step on that brake pedal, we should get pressure through that valve to our gauge 3 and our gauge 4. So let's go ahead and do that and see what we're looking at there. Okay? Now, obviously that brake pedal's got a lot more leverage than that little handle does. I'm sure you can tell that at this point. But let's go ahead and just hold pressure on it, steady pressure. And what do you notice about that air pressure on these gauges? Gauge 3 and gauge 4. They're equal. What about on gauge 1 and 2? What do we got over there? Okay. Now, why do you think that the primary, or gauge 1, why do you think that's lower right now than gauge 2? You got a leak somewhere. You feel it?
That's up the secondary side, though. That's on second.
Okay. All right, go ahead and release that brake valve. Okay. What do we got now? Nothing. Okay. Now. Okay. Another thing that we've got built into these brake valves, we have a safety, a mechanical safety. Okay. So in case we lose our primary air pressure, which is our rear tractor brakes, we can do that by unplugging this guy right here. Now we have no primary brakes whatsoever. Is that brake valve still going to operate?
Yeah.
Is the primary brakes going to operate?
No. Primary.
Secondary. Okay. Let's go ahead and test that feature. Okay. They will work independently of each other if one side loses air pressure. Okay. Very important to know that part. Now, when we were rebuilding these valves, going through them, we talked about the secondary piston, or the piston that operates the secondary air. What did you notice that was kind of funny about that particular part of the valve? The secondary piston. What actuates that secondary piston?
Air pressure or mechanical.
Air pressure or mechanical. Now, under normal operating conditions, what's going to actuate that secondary piston to allow the air to go out to our delivery hose?
Air pressure.
Air pressure. Okay, there should be no mechanical action in there whatsoever. It's all handled by air pressure. Why do you think that is?
Air pressure from primary is going to activate secondary.
Well, that's how it works, but why do you think we do that instead of having it all mechanical?
Instead of having it
Do what?
Air pressure over mechanic. Air pressure be easier to operate.
Less fire.
Okay. What's say move a rod? Okay, if we turn an air valve, is it going to make that rod move as fast as if we just went over there and pulled that rod out mechanically by hand?
Depends on how much pressure you
It's
have.
gonna take less work to do it pneumatically than it is mechanically.
Not if you're the one compressing the air.
No, I guess not.
Okay. Anytime you have a mechanical function where it is mechanically connected,
Matsu or well, first of all, what is the value of this program to Kenworth? Why would Kenworth want to use us to train
pretty much what was happening in our industry. Several years ago, there was a lot of diesel technician positions open, and there was no experienced hands to come fill those positions. So they were kind of hurting pretty bad. They were hiring guys off the street, just knew a little bit about nothing, and they just kind of got into that situation. The need arose to have qualified, certified technicians to come to work for them. Basically to replace the guys that were retiring, moving on, getting too old to do the work anymore, stuff like that. So they hunted around several years, and they thought that their best option was down here at OSU IT. And of course, right now we're in our third group of students, and Kenworth is absolutely pleased with the quality that they're getting. 6 semesters, 92 credit hours, excuse me, of coursework down here, and we cover engines, transmissions, brakes, drivetrains, general maintenance. Pretty much the first few semesters are the building blocks. We teach them the basic operations that they're going to be doing in the shop on a day-to-day basis, and that's something that just hiring a guy off the street doesn't have. Even that. From that point, we just build up, get into the more advanced studies. Get internal engine electronics, things of that nature, and it's by the time they get done, they've got the same experience, as far as the book-wise or experience-wise that a technician that's been working out in the field for about 5 years would have, just getting it on his own when he could. So.
Well, it really compresses the education down and come out with a lot of experience, and probably you would think they could just go right to work and use value to them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We've got our first class that graduated back in August. We've got one of those students, and he is the lead technician, top technician at his shop. Here it's been not quite a year, and he's already to that position. So.
You're doing something right, and they're doing something right too.
Yeah, and the thing about that is, it's not just what we teach them down here at OSU. A lot of it depends on the student. If there's a student that comes in here with not really a clear idea what he wants to do with his life, and not really sure that this is what he wants to do, he's probably not going to excel as much as a student that comes in here, want to do this for the rest of his life, and very enthusiastic about learning anything to do with these trucks. And those guys are the ones that they're going to get far and get there quick by coming through this program.
I just kind of walked in and looked around a little bit, but I was really impressed with the fact that you've got great big items that people are working on, and they just seem absolutely mind-boggling to figure out how all that stuff works together. And then you've got little bitty things that seem just as important in terms of safety and the functionality.
Oh yeah, I mean there's with all the stuff we do with, of course, our trucks are huge compared to a passenger car. There's no doubt about that. They've got a lot of the same components, but we just do it totally different on a truck. An automotive mechanic really can't come over into one of our shops and be a good quality hand, simply because he doesn't know how it works. All the components are the same, but they do it a different way. So we get into that issue, and sometimes, as far as safety issues go, or I guess I should say, excuse me, missing it there.
Okay. Well, I think, we were talking about safety, but I was just fascinated by how there's some little tiny cracks somewhere, but that could affect the safety of this whole giant truck.
Oh yeah, absolutely, especially on your braking system, like these guys are working on here. And you get one tiny crack in a brake valve. The valve might small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, but if it's got a crack in it or if it's not operating properly, that entire truck is either shut down, the brakes will not release, or when he's going down the road, he won't have any brakes. I mean, we've got several, quality controls and checks in there that keep no brakes, the no brakes problem from happening most of the time. It still occurs every now and again, but not nearly as much as what it has in the past. So.
And what kind of person do you think is really going to be the best student for this program?
Well, from what I've seen out of here, guys that are, really energetic about, working on this stuff to begin with. It's guys that working on diesel equipment or diesel engine is their passion. That is what they like to do. When they get done with 12 hours in the shop, they'll go home and tinker with a diesel tractor or diesel pickup or something like that just to have fun. Those guys that really have the desire to learn about it and to know about it. Just the industry as a whole tend to do a little bit better than a student that, maybe not as interested, doesn't have as much drive to learn that kind of stuff. So.
What's the career potential going to this line of work? What's your future going to be like?
Whatever you want to make it. It is completely open. Now, of course, our program is sponsored by MHC Kenworth, and what Kenworth's expectations are. Go to work to them as an entry-level position when they start the program, and after they work on the floor for 5, 6, 7, 8 years sometimes, when they get the experience of how the shop operates and stuff like that, to go ahead and start moving them into management. That's kind of their career track that they want for that. So.
That's great. Sharon just finished one up at Gilling, so Brad, go ahead and say and spell your name for me.
I'm Brad Smith, BradSmith.
Where are you from, Brad?
I'm from Olathe, Kansas.
You told me that. Okay. You're rolling? Yes, sir. Brad, you didn't just jump into the program right out of high school. You kind of had a little route to get here, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually, when I was at high school, I started out going to my Mill Creek Center, which is a vocational school. And my vocational school, I was on an internship at another store, and they told me about this program, and I told them I was interested in coming down here. And Human Resources from MHC Kenworth, Andrea Carson, she came to our school, and she talked to us about the program, and told us what we had to do, what it was like, what the program would do for you, everything like that. And I went to my teacher and I told him, I was like, hey man, this is something I'm interested in. I was like, can I get involved? What do I got to do? And they helped me, and I talked to Andrea, and we started getting the ball rolling, and I came down here the first semester and found out that I liked it a lot and that I wanted to stay with the program.
What are some of the things that you like about it? Why do you like the program?
I like coming here in the morning. All the guys, they're doing the same thing I am, so I feel like I relate to them because they do the same thing that I do. I like the challenge of learning things because I don't know it all. So I like learning things from the teacher because they know a lot more than we do because they've got more experience. I guess just the challenge would be the biggest thing.
So it's met your desire for a challenge. Do you think it'll meet your desire for a good career, a lifetime career?
Oh yeah. I think this program by far is from what I've heard from other people, one of the best out there. And I believe that from what I've learned so far and what I've done so far, we come here and learn down here for 8 weeks or 7, around there, and then we go back on our intern and we do all the work. And some of the work that we learn down here applies, all the work that we do down here applies to work back at home. And I believe that, we learn stuff down here and we can do our job better when we go back the next time because we have more information and we learn a lot more down here.
So what's the reaction of the person that you're going to intern with? Do they see the change in you? Do they see you growing?
Oh yeah. They see, when you go back, it's things from job knowledge, from knowing what you're doing, to things from attitude changes, not knowing it all. You come down here and you learn that, you think you know it all, but you learn that all the other guys that are right beside you are in the same boat, and they may know more than you, but they may know less than you. But you learn, you try to get to where, you try to get to where that guy in the shop is, the guy that knows it all, the go-to guy. You try to get to where he is, just so you can prove yourself that you're doing good. But yeah, there's a lot of changes from when you go down here or when you go back that some people don't realize. But I would say, yeah, there's a lot of changes that change you for the good.
That's good. That's a great interview. Good.
You good? Yep.
Hey, Cody,
Thank
say
you.
and spell your name for me, sir.
CODYSARTAIN.
How do you say your last name?
Sartain.
That's a Sartain kind of name.
Yeah, it is.
And you tell us where you're from.
Kellyville, Oklahoma.
I'm good, Rex, and you're good to go. Okay. Are you related to Gaylord Sartain?
I've been asked that probably 50 trillion times in my life, and I have no idea. I'm sure we are somehow, but
Yeah.
I don't know directly.
Well, you seem to have kind of an outgoing personality like me.
Yeah, I try.
I worked with him a little bit at Channel 6. He was pretty wild. Okay. So, how did a guy from Kellyville find out about this program, and what made you decide to come down?
I've always been interested in working on cars, trucks, stuff like that. I ended up going to tech actually with Jesse. He was my tech instructor back then, and we went through a couple engine stuff. We didn't actually do any training work. We did engine work mainly that year, but got a chance to come out here to OSU and do this. Make a living at it, and it seems a pretty cool idea. My dad has a couple dump trucks, and I'd help him work on it every once in a while and stuff. So, kind of been in my background a little bit, but pretty much just starting fresh. Going with it. But,
So, why do you think this is working out for you? What are the things about this?
it's a good job, really. Everybody's going to need a mechanic on a truck. Trucks are pretty much what the economy runs on as far as, getting stuff from point A to point B. Always have a job, make a good living at it, good money.
And since you've been here, what has happened that makes you think you're the man for this kind of work?
I like getting dirty. I usually get pretty dirty at work, so it's fun, get cleaned up when you get home. But I like working on stuff. I don't like sitting behind, a desk and pushing a pencil all day. I like actually getting out there and doing something. And this is fun. I'm learning it right now. I enjoy learning stuff. It's a good place to learn something.
And how about the internships? Have you been on those, and why do you think those work out for you?
You get to take what you've learned here and apply it out in the field. You learn a lot on internship. I learned a lot. You learn a lot both places, but you learn a lot of stuff when you're working actually, on the job. But you can actually take what you learn here and know why stuff works when you go back to work on it.
Are you guys through with your internships, or
No, we have 6 total. We've done 3 so far, so we're actually about halfway through.
when are you doing your next internship?
About 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
You may want to go. I don't know if we want to go to Lacey, Kansas. Still, we might. How far is that? 300 miles. How many? 300 miles. 300 miles. That's nothing.
Got Tulsa right down the road.
Tulsa's right down the road.
Yeah.
So those
We've got 2 interns at Tulsa right now.
Me and
Kenworth there. Okay, that's good. That's great. Let's just do Mr. Ramsey real quick. Hey, Charlie. So, Harold, why do you think Kenworth picked OSU IT to carry this program?
Well, a good majority of their workforce out of Oklahoma are graduates of this school, and they saw the quality of the work that they performed, so they just took that as a sign to say, okay, we must be able to put out very good technicians.
What's the secret of being able to build quality technicians in just 2 years?
Finding the right student and finding the right company to work with that student.
And then what are the secrets here of how we work with those students to make them kind of mold them? Because I'm hearing, as I'm talking to the students, like they really see themselves changing over time as they go through this program.
Well, they change, and that is a good observation. They change over the 2-year period. If I can find a student that has the want to, someone that wants to go out and wants to do this for a living, we can make it happen. But it's up to the student.
So this is really kind of matching up the student with the program.
It's matching up the student with the program and making sure that they match up with their sponsor at the beginning, because they have to interview there first, and then they interview with me also. or Jesse, my other instructor. So we try to make sure that we have a good fit.
Now, when you say that, like Kenworth, so many of their employees, their technicians, actually are graduates of OSUIT, what kind of quality of life, what kind of living scale are these, what kind of success are these people having, having graduated from here?
It's going to vary. Some are in management, some are on the floor. It's going to vary anywhere from, you wanting a dollar value? You're looking at anywhere from about $50,000 a year to about $98,000 a year.
We can do pretty well with this program.
Yes.
And what do you think right now are the career opportunities, the long-term potential opportunities for the young people that have graduated from this program?
The long-term opportunities are endless. I mean, it doesn't matter where they work, what they do, they will never have to worry about a job. They will have a job somewhere.
Because America moves on trucks.
Yes, that's exactly why.
All right, that's great. Oh, you want me to start rolling? Yeah, why don't you?
We were just conversing.
You good? I'm good. That was great. Thank you very much.